The baseball world received shocking news following the intense game between the Dodgers and the Colorado Rockies. MLB has officially announced the final punishment for two Rockies stars who were involved in a vicious hit on Shohei Ohtani that sparked absolute chaos at the stadium. The incident, which occurred during what was supposed to be a routine game, quickly escalated into one of the most controversial moments of the season. Both players have now been banned, and the entire league is reacting to this stunning decision. What exactly happened on that field? How did a single play turn into a stadium-wide chaos? And what does this punishment mean for the future of the players involved? When the starting lineup was announced for the Rockies-Dodgers matchup, nobody could have predicted the drama that was about to unfold. Shohei Ohtani was in his usual stellar form, and fans packed the stadium expecting another brilliant performance from the Japanese superstar. However, during the fifth inning, everything changed in an instant. Ohtani was running the bases after hitting a sharp double to left field when a controversial play at second base shocked everyone in attendance. A Rockies infielder delivered what many are now calling a vicious and unnecessary hit on Ohtani as he slid into the bag. The collision was so severe that Ohtani remained on the ground for several moments, clutching his side in visible pain. The stadium fell silent as medical staff rushed onto the field. Eyewitnesses at the scene described the atmosphere as tense and deeply unsettling. Fans in the stands immediately began shouting at the Rockies player, and some even threw objects onto the field in protest. According to reports from those present, the hit appeared to be intentional, as the Rockies player made no effort to avoid contact despite Ohtani clearly being in a vulnerable position. Cameras captured the exact moment of impact, and replays showed that the collision was far more aggressive than what is typically seen in standard baseball plays. Social media exploded with reactions from fans and analysts who couldn't believe what they had just witnessed. Many called it one of the dirtiest plays of the entire season. Immediately after the hit, the Dodgers dugout erupted. Players stormed onto the field in defense of their star teammate, led by Freddie Freeman and Mookie Betts, who were visibly furious. Freeman was seen shouting directly at the Rockies infielder, demanding an explanation for the reckless play. According to sources close to the team, Freeman told the umpires that the hit was completely uncalled for and that it endangered Ohtani's entire career. Mookie Betts also confronted the Rockies bench, pointing fingers and expressing his anger at what he described as a cheap shot. The situation quickly escalated as players from both teams began pushing and shoving near second base. Umpires struggled to maintain control as the chaos spread across the field. What made the situation even worse was the involvement of a second Rockies player. According to multiple reports, as Dodgers players rushed to defend Ohtani, a Rockies pitcher left the bullpen and charged toward the group, shoving several Dodgers players and escalating the confrontation to a full-scale brawl. Witnesses say that this pitcher threw punches and engaged in aggressive physical contact with at least 3 Dodgers players. Security personnel and coaching staff from both teams rushed onto the field to separate the players, but the damage had already been done. The incident lasted nearly 15 minutes before order was finally restored. By that time, the entire stadium was in an uproar, with fans chanting for justice and demanding that the Rockies players be ejected immediately. Manager Dave Roberts was absolutely livid. In his post-game press conference, he did not hold back his emotions. Roberts stated that what happened on the field was unacceptable and that the Rockies had crossed a line that should never be crossed in professional baseball. He emphasized that Shohei Ohtani is not only one of the most talented players in the league but also one of the most respectful and humble. According to Roberts, there was absolutely no reason for the Rockies to target him in such a dangerous and reckless manner. This wasn't just a hard play. This was intentional. This was meant to hurt him, Roberts said with a stern expression. He also revealed that Ohtani was taken to the hospital immediately after the game for further evaluation, as the team was concerned about potential injuries to his ribs and shoulder. After the game, MLB officials launched an immediate investigation into the incident. Video footage from multiple angles was reviewed, and statements were collected from players, coaches, umpires, and even fans who had clear views of the play. According to insiders, the league took the matter very seriously, especially given the high-profile nature of the player involved. Shohei Ohtani is not only the face of the Dodgers but also one of the biggest stars in all of Major League Baseball. Any threat to his health and safety was treated as a top priority. League officials reportedly spent hours analyzing the footage and consulting with rules experts to determine the appropriate punishment. 2 days after the chaotic game, MLB issued its final decision. In a strongly worded official statement, the league announced that both Rockies players involved in the incident would face severe consequences. The infielder who delivered the vicious hit on Ohtani has been suspended for 15 games without pay. Additionally, he has been fined a substantial amount and will be required to attend mandatory sportsmanship training before he is eligible to return to the field. The statement emphasized that his actions were deemed reckless, dangerous, and detrimental to the integrity of the game. MLB made it clear that such behavior would not be tolerated under any circumstances. The second Rockies player, the pitcher who left the bullpen and instigated the brawl, received an even harsher punishment. He has been suspended for 20 games without pay and fined an even larger amount. According to the league, his decision to leave the bullpen and engage in physical violence was a direct violation of league conduct rules. MLB stated that players who are not actively involved in a play have no business entering the field to engage in fights, and that his actions endangered the safety of everyone present. The league also issued a warning to the entire Rockies organization, stating that any further incidents of this nature could result in additional penalties, including loss of draft picks and further financial sanctions. The baseball world reacted swiftly to MLB's announcement. Fans of the Dodgers praised the league for taking decisive action and protecting one of the game's greatest talents. Social media platforms were flooded with messages of support for Shohei Ohtani, with many fans expressing relief that he was not seriously injured. Analysts and former players also weighed in, with the majority agreeing that the punishments were justified given the severity of the incident. Hall of Famer Derek Jeter commented during a broadcast that intentional hits like the one on Ohtani have no place in modern baseball and that the league did the right thing by issuing strong penalties. However, not everyone agreed with the decision. Some Rockies fans and a few analysts argued that the suspensions were too harsh and that the play, while aggressive, was still within the bounds of competitive baseball. They claimed that the league was overreacting due to Ohtani's celebrity status and that similar plays in the past have resulted in much lighter punishments. The Rockies organization released a brief statement expressing disappointment in the league's decision but stated that they would respect the ruling and support their players through the appeals process if they choose to pursue one. Meanwhile, Shohei Ohtani addressed the situation for the first time during a press conference at Dodger Stadium. Speaking calmly and respectfully, as is his nature, Ohtani stated that he was grateful for the support he received from his teammates, coaches, and fans. He confirmed that he had undergone medical tests and that, fortunately, he did not sustain any serious injuries. However, he did admit that the hit was one of the hardest he had ever experienced and that it left him shaken. "I just want to play baseball and compete at the highest level," Ohtani said with a slight smile. "I hope that moving forward, we can all focus on the game and respect each other on the field." Freddie Freeman also spoke to the media and expressed his full support for MLB's decision. He stated that the league sent a strong message that player safety is non-negotiable. Freeman emphasized that while baseball is a competitive sport, there is a clear line between hard play and dangerous play, and that line was crossed during the incident with Ohtani. He also praised his teammate for handling the situation with grace and professionalism, calling Ohtani a true example of what it means to be a champion both on and off the field. Manager Dave Roberts addressed reporters once again and confirmed that Ohtani would be ready to return to action in the next game. He stated that the entire team was relieved to hear that their star player was okay and that they were ready to move forward. Roberts also mentioned that the incident had brought the team even closer together and that the Dodgers were more motivated than ever to continue their push toward the playoffs. "What happened was unfortunate, but it showed the character of this team," Roberts said. "We stand up for each other. We protect each other. And we're going to keep fighting for every win." As the dust settles on this controversial incident, the baseball world is left to reflect on the importance of sportsmanship, respect, and player safety. The bans issued to the two Rockies stars serve as a clear reminder that MLB will not tolerate reckless behavior that endangers its players. For Shohei Ohtani, this chapter is now closed, and he can return to doing what he does best, dominating on the field and inspiring millions of fans around the world. Thank you for watching. Please share your thoughts in the comments section. Subscribe to our channel for more interesting and up-to-date information.